Welcome to Fredo's Football Talk. I am your host, Fredo. With me today is DC, that boy Jerron, and behind the scenes we got that boy Steven today. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Fredo?
Everything good?
What's good, everybody?
All right, that's what's up, man. Got full house. We got the whole crew in here today in the studio. Back right here, week 14, gentlemen.
My goodness.
Under wraps. Man, so what are your so how do y'all feel about week 14 and surprises out there, guys, gentlemen?
It's an interesting week. Very entertaining week.
Yeah.
Teams were battling their asses off. And I'm overall pleased. Even for starting Thursday was a good game. Sunday night was a good game. So every time slot, pretty good game.
Yeah, absolutely. DC?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, man?
And the Raiders and the Vikings, that's the first two teams that come to mind after this weekend, the Raiders and the Vikings.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Well, speaking on the Raiders, man, let's go to Thursday Night Football. We have the Raiders at the Rams. Final score 16-17. Rams win this game right here. Real quick, some game leaders. Carr, he threw for 20, completed 11, 137 yards and 2 interceptions. Top rusher was Josh Jacobs. 27 carries, 99 yards and 1 touchdown. Top receiver, Adams, 3 catches, 71 yards. Now to the Rams side of the ball. Mayfield, he just got there. Well, he got there 2 days before this game. 35, completed 22, 230 yards and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. Then your top rusher was Akers, 12 carries, 42 yards and 1 touchdown. And your top receiver was Joku, 7 catches, 89 yards. Now, real quick let me see, for some team stats. The Raiders had 302 yards, while the Rams had 282 total turnovers. Raiders had 2, Rams had 1. Time of possession, both teams had 30 minutes, and the other one had 29. So that being said, gentlemen, that puts the Raiders at 5-8, third in their division, and that puts the Rams 4-9, last in that division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, bro?
Man, the Raiders, very disappointing, man. Very, very, very disappointing on the year.
Yeah.
Like, from the beginning, it's the team I picked to win that division.
Yeah.
And here they are bringing in the rear right ahead of the Broncos, man. But I don't know what's going to happen with Derek Carr and the fact that they bought Adams over there.
Yeah.
I don't know how Adams will feel if Carr left.
Yeah.
Because the story was that he wanted to go play with his best friend. I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes sense. But on the other hand, with Baker Mayfield, 2 days later, it's almost like Sean McVay sent him the playbook a week ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After he got benched in Carolina, Sean McVay sent him the playbook. Baker say, I'm gonna ask to be released.
Yeah.
So he's already a week in the playbook, man.
Yeah.
Because he just walked right into that offense.
Yeah.
Like he's been there. I mean, some of the timing, all that stuff was still on. I'm like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seemed a little funny to me.
Yeah.
Because he know that, the Rams, if you're on the top of the waiver wire, you got the first pick. So you put that bug in Baker's ear a week ahead of time or whatever, man, and just asked to be released.
Yeah.
He got granted, and I'll be damned. He's out there. He just walked onto the field and started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that in 2 days of a playbook.
Yeah.
But, it just seems a little fishy to me, man.
Yeah.
They were saying he's got the same kind of verbiage as the Cleveland offense, so he just needs to be told the verbiage, and Baker went out there and just I'm not gonna say balled out, but for being there 2 days, not knowing a receiver, he had to barely know any of these cats' names, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Cooper Kupp didn't play.
Robinson didn't play.
Allen Robinson didn't play.
So basically they were down to the third receiver.
Yeah.
Third and fourth. Yeah.
But man, the Raiders are disappointing. It's like the Raiders offense doesn't even look like McDaniels is using the same Patriots offense. They're not doing the same stuff. I know it's different personnel, but man, it's It's 16 points against the Rams, who Aaron Donald didn't play.
Nope.
Bobby Wagner went off. He had 14,
he did.
14 tackles, but man, like I know they're missing a couple pieces, but I expected so much more from the I didn't think they were going to win the division, but
Right.
I thought they were going to at least get to 9 wins.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get there, so it's pretty disappointing. Game ball goes to Baker for stepping in.
No doubt.
And it didn't look pretty the whole game, but that game-winning drive, he went off. So
yeah, man, especially that pass for the winning, bro. It was money.
That was a money pass. That's the Baker that everybody thought he was going to be his whole career.
Absolutely.
So it was good for him to kind of go off that way. But what do these teams do going forward? They got it's a rebuilding on both squad.
No doubt. Yeah.
And
it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what the Rams do with Baker if he's auditioning to be traded, because they have no draft picks. If Stafford leaves, he may become the starter. Which Sean McVay gonna have to really work some magic. Yeah. Okay, if he's gonna ride with Baker, but in the Raiders, man, you got these players: Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs. Probably got the best running back in the league so far this year, man. Yeah, Chandler Jones, man, and this is what you're doing. I don't get it, man.
They wasted all that talent.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, both these teams, I'm talking about the Raiders and the Rams, are still potentially have a chance to make the playoffs. Do y'all see any one of these two teams?
No, they're done.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it.
No. All right, gentlemen. Well, moving on. Let's go to the Texans at the Cowboys. Final score 23-27. The Cowboys end up winning this one in the last drive right here. Real quick, some game leaders. Davis Mills, he threw for 21, completed 16, 175 yards and 1 interception. The top rusher was Pierce, 22 carries, 78 yards and 1 touchdown. And your top receiver was Moore. 10 catches, 124 yards. Not bad. Now we go to the Cowboys side of the ball. Prescott, he threw for 39, completed 24, 284 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Your top rusher was Elliott with 15 carries, 62 yards, and 1 touchdown. Top receiver was Schultz, 6 catches, 87 yards. Let's go to some team stats. Total yardage. Houston had 327, while Dallas had 404. And time possession. Houston had 33 minutes, while the Cowboys had 26. Turnovers. Houston had 2, Dallas had 3. That being said, gentlemen, Cowboys are 10-3, second in that division. And Houston is 1-11-1, last in that division. That being said, Jerron, let us know what you think about this game, man.
It's weird because on one hand, I'm extremely disappointed in the all-around operation of the Cowboys this week. On the other hand, I kind of know that everybody kind of gets up for the Cowboys. Like, this was a big game. Texans always play the Cowboys pretty tough. It's always a 1-score game whenever we play. Yeah. But overall, I'm kind of disappointed. It seems like Kellen Moore cannot. He had his worst game as a play caller this year, and he can't scheme up too high against too high defenses. Like, if they're not blitzing, it's like he doesn't know how to get easy completions. He wants to go against a single high, and then when the Texans did go single high, that's when Dak started burning them. Yeah. But the rest of the time, 2 high safeties, sitting back. It's like the running game wasn't great, passing game wasn't great. We said off mic, I wasn't worried until Dak threw that interception out of his own end zone. That's when I was like, oh, okay, I know what kind of game this is, what kind of week this is. But it was disappointing. A win is a win, but it kind of hurt my optimism as this being a NFC Championship level team to kind of start off back-to-back games against sub 500 teams slowly, and then you have to rally in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
DC, what your thoughts on this game, bro?
Maybe I don't. I'm trying to still figure out if it was they playing down to the level of their competition, or Houston just really stood up. I'm starting to think that they played down to the level of the competition because I really thought that they were going to be able to run the ball down the Texans' throat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really did. I thought that would be the plan, but evidently that wasn't. The thing that scares me a little bit is the 2 interceptions by Dak.
Mhm.
Man, you definitely got, like you said, you got to clean that up
Yeah.
before the playoffs start, because that right there, throwing those type of picks in the areas you throwing them in, man, they can flip the game real quick with a decent offense.
Mhm.
That could be danger, man.
Exactly.
But I think going forward, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. They just have to get that one out the system. I think they'll be okay.
Petrie played a hell of a game.
Yeah.
That dude,
Jalen Petrie.
he was, and another thing is, this was the most physical the Texans have been all year long.
Yeah.
They knocked out like 3 of our players like out of the game. We right tackle ACL, head injuries left and right, shoulder injury on our defensive tackle. Like
it's like the Texans had a bounty against
the Texans was playing hard as hell. Jalen Petrie he hit Gallup out of bounds so hard I thought he broke a rib. He hit CeeDee Lamb across the middle. I was like, man, that dude is Petrie. He's gonna be a hell of a player.
Yeah.
They played down to the competition, but the physicality. Malik Collins played like a hell of a game too against his former team.
Yeah.
So that worries me because the playoffs is all physical.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to play the Eagles.
Yeah.
They're a physical team. You're going to have to play the 49ers. Last year they showed how physical they can be. Yeah. And yesterday they showed how physical they be. So that's what kind of got me worried because they weren't playing smash mouth football against the Texans, and the Texans was leveling cat. Yeah. I was like, man, where has this been?
Yeah. So speaking on that real quick, man, I wish the Texans would be playing like this from the get-go. Last time they played something similar like this was maybe on week 1 against the Colts. But other than that, man, it just disappeared until yesterday, really. Very surprised, like Jerron said, hey, man, shout out to that boy, Jalen Petrie.
Yeah, he was a monster.
That dude had 12 tackles, 9 solo, and this dude was doing everything, man, from the middle and from the back.
And I think he hit like 6 people. He knocked out like 6. This dude was crazy.
Yeah, like he was out there, man. Like he made the defense look legit. But you know what? I really don't like to take little small moral victories, but I wish they would have done this a long time ago. They actually, like we talked about in the past, if they could show at least losing with some dignity, at least make it competitive. And this time they did, I was like, and I'm proud, very surprised because I was expecting this game to be like the Miami game, like the Cowboys put in 30 plus points on them, and then the Cowboys just let it go by the second half. Yeah. I was expecting that, you know. I was like, especially how the Cowboys looked in the last 2 games. I was like, damn, the Cowboys look like on a roll. It was just like Jerron said, the Cowboys just played down to their level, and it almost cost them the game.
Right.
But luckily they're playing against a sorry team. But let it be any other team, the way they played yesterday, they would have lost that game.
Yeah. But that's a loss. Even with the quarterbacks, bringing the quarterbacks in, switching them out, that was a good strategy, game plan change that the Texans did. So.
Yeah, that was a close game. You got
Fredo, I'm surprised that the Texans hadn't had more close games like this because they're more talented than they were last year.
Yeah,
we know that for a fact, just looking at some of the players they drafted.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they don't play these close. I don't know what it is, where the disconnect at, because they got more better players than they did last year.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they're not winning as many games that they did last year. And that's what's throwing me off. I don't know where the disconnect come in with that.
I feel like it's more has to do with play scheming and coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Lovie Smith, he doesn't want to change up his defense
Right.
or scheme it much better to the potential of his players instead of the system he's trying to run. Because you see nowadays these coaches are scheming more as what they got on players instead of a system, you know? And I get it, man, but that takes time. That takes consistency. Until then, you have to run something that your players can scheme better, you know, to the player's level.
Yeah, you have to adjust to the player. The coach, you have to make the system fit the player.
But if the coaches are refusing, no, we're going to stick to this, and this and that, man, it's been already, 14 weeks. Yeah. You got to change it up. Yeah. I feel like he's done it too late.
Right.
Like now, like what? Now because the season's worthless now, you know, so yeah, man. So I guess that's why, man. Like, and I also do think that the Texans go have a new offensive coordinator next year.
Yeah.
And I think,
unfortunately,
that's at the minimum.
Yeah.
That's the minimum.
And I think the GM should tell Lovie Smith, bring in a new defensive coordinator that's going to run a different type of defense, and you just be the head coach.
And that's where the problem going to come in right there.
That's not going to fly.
That's where the problem going to come in right there, I think.
But,
and that's another reason I think Lovie will probably be out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bring in D'Amico Ryans. That's my head coach I want.
That's a perfect coach.
Yeah, but when you bring in D'Amico, guess what? You still have to make D'Amico go find an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Well, he could bring one of them Shanahan boys. And come on, bring the.
That's the thing about it when you're head coach.
Bring the quarterback coach. Let him become the offensive coordinator.
My dream would be D'Amico head coach and boy from Kansas City.
Oh yeah, the enemy.
The enemy.
Yep.
Yeah. The enemy, his offensive coordinator. Yeah. And let's go.
Yep.
Well, let's see if that offense works without Mahomes, though.
But they've been creative even without Mahomes. Yeah. They've had like the red zone game plan is good. Of course, you got Mahomes. So how often you know it's kind of muddies the evaluation. Yeah. But even his game plans are always on point. Yeah. I would like to see him without an Andy Reid over him too.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But
and when he does go, he's going to take a lot of Andy Reid with him.
Oh yeah.
And we've seen Andy Reid be successful in offenses that wasn't even half as talented as the Chiefs are right now. Right. As, you know, so he'll bring a little bit of that with him.
Yeah, bring out that old Philly playbook when Andy Reid was in Philly. They still had a good offense.
Yeah. With somebody named Pinkston as a wide receiver.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. I remember that cat too.
All right.
Yeah.
You got any more?
No.
DC?
I'm good.
I'm just saying that's my dream coaching matchup for the Texans.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, gentlemen. We have the Jets at the Bills. Final score 12-20. Bills win this game right here. Real quick, game leaders. White. Let's go to the Jets side of the ball. White. He threw for 44, completed 27. 268 yards. Your top rusher was Knight, 17 carries, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown. Top receiver was Wilson, 6 catches, 78 yards. Now to the Bill side of the ball, Allen. He threw for 27, completed 16, 147 yards, and 1 touchdown. Your top rusher also was Allen, 10 carries, 47 yards, and 1 touchdown. Your top receiver was Knox, 4 catches, 41 yards, and 1 touchdown. Let's go to some team stats. The Jets had 309 total yardage, while Buffalo had 232 total yardage. Turnovers, the Jets had 2, Buffalo had 0. Time possession, Jets had 34 minutes, while Buffalo had 25. That being said, gentlemen, this divisional game puts Buffalo at 10-3 and puts the Jets at 7-6. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, bro?
My goodness, Buffalo. Mike White, tough as nails.
Yep.
Dude's tough as nails. He stood in that pocket and he took that beating yesterday. Man, I got to take my hat off to him. But Buffalo, my goodness, they're gonna mess around and screw this year off, man.
Yep.
It's coming back. They ran for 100 yards. 47 came from the quarterback. That running back thing with the weather they were playing in, that running back thing is gonna come back to bite them, man. I don't know why they didn't do something at the trade deadline because they live in inclement weather. Their home is there.
Yeah.
They may be better off with the 3 seed or something like that, so they have to go on the road.
Yeah.
Because they'll mess around and lose to Cincinnati right there in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because Cincinnati can run the ball if they need to. So, Josh Allen, I don't know, man. Poor game to me, if you ask to be. I know the Jets' defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
But, man, I was expecting
Divisional game?
Yeah, I was expecting a better showing from Buffalo than this.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, what are your thoughts, man?
It was like you said, it's a tight divisional game. The thing that worries me about Buffalo is they're kind of like the Cowboys, and they're not. Their offense isn't physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like they, Devin Singletary is not a physical runner. James Cook really isn't a physical runner. Their O-line isn't a bunch of maulers. The most physical thing about your offense is your quarterback, and that's where the problem is going to lie.
Yep.
Because in the playoffs, like we said, that's when the physicality gets ratcheted up, the weather gets worse, and it was bad weather, but that's just like a preview. And the Jets have a playoff caliber defense.
Yeah.
So this is what you're gonna see, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
This is what y'all gonna see. They're not gonna let Stephon Diggs go off on you. They're not gonna let Gabe Davis go off. So their defense was beating the hell out of the Jets, though. I'll give them that.
They was.
Mike White was knocked out again like twice, but he kept coming in. And the interesting part is when he got knocked out, they didn't put Zach Wilson in.
No.
I'm not.
He may have been a healthy scratch.
I was about to say I'm not even sure he was available for the game. So that's kind of telling you what's going on with that cat.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco came in. Props to Garrett Wilson. Man, these Ohio State rookies. Whew,
Yeah.
just get you any Ohio State receiver, and
they got 2 more coming this year.
They got 2 more beasts coming this year. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes.
and that one cat with the in Jagbu, whatever his name is. He's a monster too.
Yep.
But this was a semi-playoff game, and Buffalo pulled it out, but they weren't. They weren't. Their offense wasn't dominant.
All right.
All right, gentlemen. Moving on, we have the Browns at the Bengals divisional game right here. Final score 10-23. Real quick, game leaders. To start off with the Brown side of the ball, Watson, he threw for 276 yards. He threw for 42, completed 26, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Top rusher was Chubb. He carried the ball 14 times with 34 yards. And your top receiver was Peoples with 8 catches, 114 yards. Now to the Bengals side of the ball, Burrow. He threw for 33, completed 18, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Top rusher was Mixon. 14 carries, 96 yards. Top receiver was Jamar Chase. 10 catches, 119 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. So, team stats, Cleveland had 344 total yardage, while Cincinnati had 363. Both teams had one turnover each. Time possession, Cleveland had 31 minutes, while the Browns had 28. That being said, gentlemen, that puts Cincinnati at 9-4, second in that division, and that puts the Browns at 5-8, third in that division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Man, they're doing it again this year. They're getting hot at the right time, just like last year.
Perfect timing.
4-game win streak. They won games without Chase. They won games without Higgins.
And Mixon.
And Mixon. So, man, they just go to show you how talented that team is and how good Joe Burrow really is. So it's going to be interesting the way going down the stretch. They got Baltimore tied with Baltimore. I guess Baltimore got the head up on them so far. Without Lamar, this thing right here may just get out of control real quick for Baltimore. So
and also the Ravens backup went down.
I heard that.
Yeah, he
I
went
heard
down. He
that.
went
Yeah.
down.
Did he have to leave the game for a minute?
Yeah. They had to
boy.
take him to the locker room.
Oh man.
I only know this because I had him on fantasy, thinking he was going to go off. Yeah, he did it. Jay, so what do you think about this game, bro?
Just like Derek said, man, perfect timing. It's like they planned it out this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just their arrow is pointed up, and the most important number, Joe Burrow sacked one time.
That's it.
One time. So offensive line is starting to boss up a little bit. They have so many weapons. It's crazy because Tyler Boyd went 0.
Yep.
Higgins didn't play, late scratch. P. Ryan, who is beasting, I think he got like nicked up. So Joe Mixon came back, 14 carries, 96 yards, 6.9 average. Man, these cats, they starting to look like something. And the Browns, well, you gave all this money to Watson. What? I would have been okay if they never put Watson in this year because.
I would have been okay with that too.
He playing catch up now.
But it's the same result.
It's the same result.
Brissett could have did this.
Maybe a little bit more better.
Yeah.
He probably was a little crisper.
Yeah.
Peoples Jones went off, but for 119. But what's going on with the running game?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Chubb, 14 carries for 34 yards. And then Kareem only for four carries, 6 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, Deshaun carried the ball 6 times for 33 yards.
Maybe don't have Deshaun carry the ball for 6 times. How about you get at the Chubb? And he'll bounce that for maybe one of those 6 carries would have went for 50.
Yeah.
So right now Watson's had a negative effect on the offense compared to Brissett, who's we know is not great,
right?
But he's going to do everything that the offense is called to do.
Yeah.
When you run a smash concept, Brissett's going to run the smash concept. Watson's going to hold the ball. He's going to pat it. He's going to look around, and he might throw a ill-advised interception to, I forget the Bengals player who it looked like the ball was for him. So. But we'll see where that goes. But it's good for the Texans as long as they keep.
Yeah, as long as they keep losing,
keep on losing any way possible.
Yeah, exactly.
But $230 million contract for that.
I know Cincinnati's defense is getting better, but my goodness, Chubb only 14 carries. It ain't like the game without a hand.
Yeah.
You just had to abandon the run game.
No.
But for some reason they did. Something changed.
It's a mentality. They changed. They want Watson to go out there and be Texans Watson.
Yeah.
But it's been almost 3 years since we've seen anything like that.
Yeah. What's it called? Like, I really don't think you're going to see that Watson. Maybe early in the season, but you also got to think about the weather as well, man. Like Watson. Last time he played in open stadium was when he was at Clemson, and Clemson's not like that. The winters over there is not as crazy as Ohio.
But he chose this.
Exactly. He chose the money.
The temperature comes with the money.
Yeah.
And your reputation. So
he could have been, but he could have been playing in Atlanta in a closed dome.
Yeah.
And playing in the South.
Imagine him in Atlanta.
Exactly.
With Patterson and London and Pitts. Come on.
Bro.
And he chose to go to Cleveland.
In an open stadium.
All this is your fault, bro.
And already in a tough division with Cincinnati and the Ravens.
So, all right. So, if he's in Atlanta, then he has a better chance of getting to the playoffs.
No doubt.
And that weak NFC South.
Yeah.
But he chose, okay, you get $230 guaranteed.
Yeah.
But now, like you and Brissett are even in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I always question the people he has around him. Don't get me wrong. His agent did an awesome job. The agent did his job getting him that ridiculous contract.
No doubt.
Shout out to his agent. But you should have thought about, hey man, let's think about long term.
Right.
Like Sean, like if it was me, I was signing like a 2-year contract with Atlanta improve myself, and then make them give me that ridiculous contract. You know, but old boy wants to go the first team that shout out some ridiculous money. Hey, he would have been an idiot if he didn't take it, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, but you got to take what comes with that. Now you in Cleveland.
Exactly.
But I think what he's got in mind is he's going to try to get another one. After this first 5 years up, that's what his whole plan is, to get this first 5 out the way. Yeah. And then get another one of these deals. Yeah. Another big deal.
Yeah. He's not going to earn it. I don't think he's going to earn it.
All right, gentlemen, moving on. We have another divisional game right here. It's like this whole week is a divisional week. All right, we have the Vikings at the Lions. Final score, 23-34. The Lions win this one right here. Real quick, let's go to some game leaders. Cousins, he threw for 41, completed 31 for 425 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad, man. Then you had Cook. He carried the ball 15 times, 23 yards, and 1 touchdown. Then we have Justin Jefferson. Jesus, 11 catches, 223 yards. Have a day, bro. Now to the Lions side of the ball, we had Goff. He threw for 39, completed 27, 333 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Now we have the top rusher from the Lions, Moore. 1 carry for 42 yards. And then we have your top receiver, Chalk, for 6 catches, 94 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, bro. They go to some team stats. Minnesota, they had 416 total yardage, while Detroit had 464 turnovers. Minnesota had 2, Detroit had 0. Minnesota, time of possession, 28, while Detroit had 31. That being said, gentlemen, this divisional game, this puts Minnesota at 10-3, still number 1 in their division, and that puts Detroit at 6-7, second in that division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Oh man, the Vikings, man, they might be in trouble with the way Detroit's playing and the team that are ahead of them. The way this going, Detroit just might sneak in the playoffs.
Exactly.
In the first round game, just might be the Vikings. The way this stuff is going, because Detroit might not lose again. I look at it, they might not lose another game this year.
You know, the last 7 games have been 6-1. That's crazy.
And they could win out.
They could possibly win out the way it's looking for them. And so Minnesota going to have to figure something out real soon. They got to figure out how to get this Dalvin Cook thing going. But man, Detroit's defense has been getting better and better and better, man. Shout out to Aaron Glenn for that.
Yes, sir.
Because those guys, that Aiden Hutchinson cat, man, and he's something else.
Yeah, he is.
He is the disruptor, man. He's a step right below them T.J. Watson and Bosa boys. Exactly. He's right below them, man. Yeah. He's coming.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, and this is a rookie year, man. He's making a big impact already in that defense.
Yes.
Jay, so what are your thoughts on this game, man?
I love the Lions offense, and now that like you said, the Lions defense is playing better. It's crazy because their defense got better after they fired their DB's coach.
Yeah,
I don't know what he was doing. He must have been having parties in the defensive meeting room because they weren't playing any kind of defense.
Yeah.
I'm glad the Lions are looking. I picked the Lions to improve earlier in the year. I was like, look out for the Lions. They're gonna have a tough team, and they're starting to show it. But the Vikings, man, it's gonna be another typical Vikings Kirk Cousins year where Kirk Cousins looks good, he looks decent, but they're not gonna do anything. Nobody's scared of them.
Right.
Like, what matchup are you confident in them winning it? Like in the playoffs?
I mean, but Cousins didn't have a bad game though, man. He threw for 41 for 31, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
hey, that's a clean Kirk.
Well,
Cousins.
That's a clean. But he's not. He may have been able to get more than that.
Right.
Because we saw what it was mostly Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson is the like the Thanos ring. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a monster. But outside of Justin Jefferson making Kurt look great, What else?
Yeah.
It's funny because what's the T.J. Hawkinson?
Yeah.
he,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he went from
Yep.
the Lions, and then when he got to Minnesota, he's like, "I'm glad I'm on a winning team." I think they won once since he got there.
Yeah.
So, shows the grass ain't always greener.
Yeah.
But like I said in the playoffs, what matchup do you think they will be favored in? Maybe against the Commanders.
Maybe.
And I think the Commanders will win that game.
Yeah.
I mean, because we see this game right here, man. The offense did their job, man, but I feel like the defense of Minnesota cost them this game because I mean, Goff, man, he threw a pretty clean game as well. No interceptions.
He was like one of the highest graded quarterbacks of the week.
Yeah.
I think he was number 2, 330.
And then he was throwing it to everybody also.
No, he wasn't sacked once.
Exactly. Like I feel like the defense of Minnesota really didn't show up in this game, but the Lions overall team, both sides of the ball, showed up and played out.
Yeah.
So that was a hell of a win for the Lions overall, But I feel like Minnesota. I'm not gonna put the blame this game on Kirk Cousins. I feel like he did his part, man, but I feel like it's the defense that didn't bring it.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. But I'm just saying overall.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Kirk Cousins,
but he's been like that since the Redskins, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, the Commanders.
Well, they were Redskins back then.
Yeah.
But like he's not gonna maximize the talent in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I just think they might be out of the 7 teams, they might be in the bottom half of talent in the playoffs, even with Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson.
That's right.
And
crazy.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
I can see about 3 teams, or I can see about 5 teams that can go in and they can go to Minnesota and beat them.
No.
Yeah.
And Lions turned them over twice, and I was watching this game, and one of the turnovers came from Dalvin Cook, a fumble.
Yep.
When they were trying to run that play where, they give it to the running back and he throws it to the tight end.
Yeah.
Versus just lining up and running Dalvin Cook downhill. You're on the 2 or 3 yard line. Why get fancy right there?
Yeah.
But man, it's got to be great to be a Lions fan.
Now.
This team right here might be the future. Next year, they will surpass the Vikings. They will be the team to beat in that division. And in 2 years from now, it's going to be them in Chicago if you don't watch out.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the draft order before the week started. Texans 1, Bears 2, Seahawks 3, Lions 4.
Yep.
They get to pick what the hell they want.
Yeah.
They
trade that pick.
They got 2 receivers.
Yeah.
They got running backs. They got the defensive end.
Yeah.
They got the young cornerback in Akuta. Whatever they want, they can do with that pick at number 4, man.
So basically, 4 is a luxury pick.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they just said they're going with Goff.
Yeah.
They're sticking with Goff.
Yeah, and don't forget about James, the rookie wide receiver. He just played his first game.
One reception, 41 yards, TD.
Touchdown. Yeah, man. The future is bright for the Lions, man.
And offensive line.
Yep.
Good offensive line. Defensive line coming along. Get them a linebacker. Maybe a
tight end.
Maybe, but
maybe
you can wait for a tight end, though. You can get that in the 3rd or 4th
Yeah,
round.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's like everything they go pick is gonna be a luxury.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
There's no pressure on them.
no.
So next year, they should be looking to win the division.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
They should be
Ain't no
looking
doubt.
to. It's going to be between them and Minnesota,
Ain't no
but
doubt.
next year.
And I can't remember what Minnesota gave him for Hawkinson. What was in the trade? I don't know if it might have been like a 3rd or 4th round pick or something like that.
I forgot what they.
Yeah.
But thank you to the Rams. Now they got the Rams pick.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, moving on. We have the Jaguars at the Titans. Final score, 36-22. Jaguars win this game right here. Real quick, game leaders. Let's go to Jaguar side of the ball. Lawrence, he threw for 42, completed 30, 368 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, bro. Your top rusher was Ethan. 17 carries, 32 yards. And your top receiver was Ingram with 11 catches, 162 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Now to the Tennessee side of the ball. Tannehill, he threw for 38, completed 25, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now let's go to rusher Henry. 17 carries, 121 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. And your top receiver was Hooper with 5 catches, 68 yards. Real quick, team stats. Jaguars had 428 total yardage, while Tennessee had 364 turnovers. Jacksonville had 0, Tennessee had 4. Time of possession, Jacksonville had 32 minutes, while the Titans had 27. That being said, this divisional rival right here puts Jacksonville 5-8, second in that division, and that puts the Tennessee Titans at 7-6, first in that division. DC, let me know what you think about your Titans, man.
This was the one that was frustrating right here. Of all the losses we had this year, this is the worst one. We lose to Buffalo. We lose to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
We lose to the Giants. We lose to the Bengals. We lose to the Eagles. None of those didn't bother because I was expected to lose those.
Mm-hmm.
But this one right here, when you lose to Jacksonville, and Trevor Lawrence comes in and throws it all over the place. Henry loses the ball twice. Tannehill loses the ball twice. That secondary is garbage, hot garbage, and that's part of the reason why the GM's gone right now. We got a lot of work to do. Once again, the run defense. That's 2 weeks in a row they had a team to 60 total rush yards, and that was the Eagles last week. But that secondary, that's the key to beating us right there because we can't play from behind. There's nowhere in hell we can play from behind. But to lose to Jacksonville at home like that, boy, that was frustrating to watch right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really frustrating.
Georgia Ron, what are your thoughts, man?
That was the Trevor Lawrence coming out party.
Mm-hmm.
He showed what he can be. Evan Ingram getting 162 yards. That's just that's how you know your secondary is kind of
tight end.
Their tight end is putting up Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams numbers on you. But you summed it up perfectly. That secondary is it's a hot knife through butter right now. They couldn't out physical the Jaguars. Like they in the first half they did. Because most of Derrick Henry's yards came in the first half. Like he went crazy in the first half, but they just couldn't keep up with him because the secondary was just they just let him down over and over and over again. And now an underrated problem for Tennessee going forward, offensive line.
Yes.
4 sacks on Tannehill. It's I don't know, man. It might be. I'm sorry to say, Derek, but the tides are turning.
Oh yeah,
Tennessee is the big dog in the AFC South. They've been the big dog in the AFC South since Peyton Manning left, pretty much. Now Jaguars they're creeping up.
Yeah,
they coming. In a couple years, it might be the Jaguars division.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna start next year. Cause let's not forget they got Cap Ridley next year. Calvin Ridley will be on the team next year. So they got a young at running back with ETN Ridley. They should be okay.
They don't have a bunch of big contracts on the books, so they should be in the talent acquisition portion of Trevor Lawrence. They need to go for it right now.
Right. Yeah. They knocking on the door. And as far as our GM getting fired, I didn't have much. I didn't have much problem with that when I go back and look at some of the moves that he made, man. And that's just to start back with. In 2016, he drafted first round with Jack Conklin.
Oh yeah.
He let him walk. He plays for Cleveland now.
Yep.
Never got a second contract. Corey Davis, number 5 overall, 2017.
Oh, that hurt.
Gone.
I thought he was gonna be a monster. I can't lie.
Rashard Evans, 2018, first round pick out of Alabama.
Yeah.
He's in Atlanta. And Jeffrey Simmons, 19, he's still there. Isaiah Wilson, 2020, first round pick, played 6 snaps.
I forgot about that. They should have fired him after that happened.
They sure should have. 2021, Caleb Farley. Red flags everywhere. He got bad back. First round pick. He's on IR right now. And last year, they traded for Burks.
They traded who?
They traded A.J. Brown
for Burks.
Yeah, and we still to see how that's gonna turn out. So, yeah, that's why he's gone.
Questionable, man.
Yeah,
man, I'm glad you ran that down because
that's all.
Because I gave him
no second contracts.
I gave him props for Jeffrey Simmons and Burks. I think Burks is still gonna be good, but that's a terrible. That is literally for them to be this good right now is surprising.
That's right. That just shows how good Vrabel is.
You burned, you burned 5 first round picks. That's crazy.
Yeah, because Henry was a second round.
Yeah.
Oh man,
like
who did they take first round?
That might have been the year they took Corey Davis. That may have been that year.
Okay.
Or Jack Conklin, one of those years right there. Yeah.
Man.
All right, gentlemen, moving on. We have the Eagles at the Giants. Final score of 48-22. Eagles win this game right here. Game leaders, let's go to the Eagles side of the ball. Hurts, he threw for 31, completed 21, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns. Have a day. Now the top rusher was Sanders, 17 carries, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Now let's go to top receiver, A.J. Brown, 4 catches, 70 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now to the Giants side of the ball, Jones, he threw for 27, completed 18, 169 yards, and 1 touchdown. Your top rusher was Tyler, 2 carries and 40 yards. And your receiver was James, was 7 catches, 61 yards, and 1 touchdown. And team stats, Philly had 437 yards total, while the Giants had 304. Turnovers, Giants had 1, Philly had 0. And time possession, Philly had 32 minutes, while the Giants had 27. This divisional game puts Giants 7-5-1 last in that division, and this puts the Eagles 12-1 and officially the first team to clinch the playoffs right here. That being said, Jerron, this your division, man. Let's talk about it, man.
First of all, congratulations to the Eagles for clinching the playoffs. Couple things. Hurts is the MVP.
Yep.
That dude is playing lights out. I never thought he would become this. And also, if the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, they should be, I don't know what, they should be upset, embarrassed, because this team, everything is working. The run game is top notch. You got the MVP of the league. Defense has studs everywhere. And most importantly, your offensive coordinator is calling flawless games. Like, everything that they do, they have a counter the next week, and you can't key up on it. So the thing everybody's been seeing is the QB sneaks, the unstoppable QB sneak that Jalen Hurts has been doing, where they put 2 people behind them and all they do is push them forward. Now this week they ran a toss out of it, and that went for like 20 yards. Every time you think you get to the end zone, you think Hurts is gonna scramble. Nah, they hand it off to Miles Sanders. He goes in. Yeah. Then you think they're gonna hand it off to Miles Sanders. Yeah. Hurts goes around the edge I'm like, everything. It looks like a video game offense right now. Yeah. The way that they are just going up and down the field. They've got answers for it. It's like they know what the defense is gonna do. They audible to the perfect play, and Hurts finds an open AJ Brown. They're stacked. It's worrying. The only team that they may flounder against, only 2 teams. Well, I'll get 3 teams in the Super Bowl. Maybe Kansas City could beat them. In the NFC Championship, maybe the 49ers could beat them. Maybe the Cowboys can beat them, but we'll see if they get that far. But they need to win the championship this year, and you can tell by how they went all in. This should be the year.
DC?
Yeah, man. When the Eagles walk in the stadium, they ask you, how you want us to beat you? How do you want us to do it? How do you want this to
By
be done?
air?
How do you want
by,
Yeah.
and they commence to doing it.
Because we're going to beat you.
Yeah.
How do you want us to beat you?
No weaknesses. I can't find the weakness for him.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, his accuracy. He did a lot of work over the summer.
Yeah.
Some of the passes that he was throwing to Devontae and AJ, man, only the receiver could get them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he's improved his game a whole lot. Giants, they might well go Expedia, whatever you make your travel vacation through. Giants, you can go ahead and start that now.
Yeah.
And of course, like you say, Hurts gonna probably MVP. They're gonna get MVP, head coach, and GM of the year.
Yeah.
They're gonna probably sweep it.
Yeah.
The only other GM I'd put up there was Snyder, the guy from Seattle,
Yeah.
the GM from Seattle. But they're gonna sweep all three of those, look like.
Yeah,
but
man.
just because of the moves alone they made in the draft, preseason, and during the season, these guys have been aggressive all for the last year, and it's working out. So going forward, like you say, maybe the 49ers, because you got to have a team that's going to run the ball. You got to keep it out their hand. That's going to be the only way to beat them.
Time of possession.
Is you keep it away from them. But it's going to be tough.
And maybe out physical.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, with the best O-line in the league, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that defense, man, they had 7 sacks.
Oh, yeah.
And 3 of them came from Brandon Graham.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. So the defense looks legit also as well.
All the way across from front to back.
They got 1A, 1B receivers.
Yeah.
It's disgusting how they and Hurts is a force in the running game.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws a pretty deep ball. It's not as pretty as the old Russell Wilson deep ball, but man, he rainbows it in there beautifully. So
yeah, he worked on that this summer.
Yeah,
a whole lot.
I do want to see them. I want to see people make him beat them with his arm on the underneath stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing everything capped off your umbrella. Like I'm not giving you no deep balls to AJ Brown.
Right.
So you're gonna have to beat me with intermediate.
Right.
And he might do that, but I'd rather that than AJ Brown going for 40-yard completions. So.
And the scary part is though, when you drop deep like that, he just take off.
Yeah,
he just go.
Yeah,
he
that's
just run.
Yeah.
You got to pick your poison.
Yeah.
So whoever it is, you got to have some linebackers that can run.
That's why I say Seth Fran, because Fred Warner can hawk
move.
Down Hurts, and up front they're strong enough to stop the interior run of the Eagles. But it's gonna be tough. If you beat the Eagles, you did something.
Yeah.
Like that's a feather in your cap because they can beat you anyway, every way.
Yeah.
And in Dayball, they can take his name out of the coach of the year hat now. You can put Dan Campbell's name in this spot now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
At the beginning of the year, I thought he had a chance of being a coach of the year, but now that's gone.
I feel for him because I knew eventually it was all smoke and mirrors the way they were winning earlier. Once the season got tougher, they just don't have enough.
Yeah.
Boy, Jerome, we're calling him frauds.
Oh yeah. Nah, they didn't have any talent. Even when they were winning games, they didn't have talent. They got Saquon and that's it. And the left tackle. That's the talent on the team. So they need to add a buku talent coming up.
Yeah.
Fredo, if you see Malcolm anywhere, ask him about that deep ball from Hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that Cowboys episode.
Well, now what's it called? When I talk to him, I'll let him know about that. Yeah.
Ask him what he think about the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, like if y'all want to know more about that episode, go to the Cowboys episode and y'all figure out what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. We have the Ravens at the Steelers divisional game right here, gentlemen. We have the final score is 16-14. Pretty close, boring game right here. We going to some game leaders. Let's start off with the Ravens. Huntley, he threw for 12, completed 8 for 88 yards. Unfortunately, he got hurt on this game right here. Then we have your top rusher from the Ravens, Dobbins. 15 carries, 120 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. And your top receiver was Robinson Well, 5 catches, 52 yards. Now we go to the Steelers side of the ball. Also, their starter quarterback, Pickett, got hurt as well. So Trubisky had to come in. Trubisky, he threw for 30, completed 22, 276 yards, 1 touchdown, and damn it, Trubisky, 3 interceptions. There's a reason why you don't start, my man. Top rusher was Harris, 12 carries for 33 yards and 1 touchdown. And your top receiver was Johnson with 6 catches, 82 yards. Team stats, Baltimore, they had 309 total yardage, while Pittsburgh had 329. Turnovers, Baltimore had 0, Pittsburgh had 3. Time possession, Pittsburgh had 27 minutes, while the Ravens had 32. That being said, gentlemen, that puts Steelers 5-8, last in that division, and that puts the Ravens at 9-4, first in their division. DC, what are your thoughts in this game, bro?
Trubisky still trash.
First rounder right there over Mahomes and Watson.
Yeah, man, the people in Pittsburgh got to be sick, man. I know as soon as they seen Pickett go down, they probably just wanted to walk out the stadium, man. Yeah. 3 interceptions. And some of them were deep. They were close to scoring. They were at least in field goal range on a couple of them. And he just gave the ball away. And it's good for Baltimore. They got to win without both of their quarterbacks. Yeah. So they moving right along. They got a chance. And Dobbins come back. I don't know what they done to his knee the second time, but they did something right.
Yeah,
he
right.
came back running like he left.
Yeah, so their backup quarterback was Anthony Brown. He came in. Yeah, so he only threw for 16 yards. Jay, so what are your thoughts on this game, bro?
Man, just a sloppy game. 30 points scored total. Y'all covered it. Trubisky is who we thought he was.
Well, not the Bears. They thought that he was a first round overall.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
But I'm glad your boy Dobbins came back. He looked healthy for the first time in 2 years. Yeah. And we got to figure out the Ravens quarterback situation. Because it's getting to that point where this is your make or break. And Huntley, if he can't go, and they got to go with Anthony Brown, they're definitely gonna fall back behind the Bengals. Yes. And then they might have to see them in the playoffs. So Lamar Jackson needs to get well soon, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
Yeah, it looks like a concussion, so I'm expecting Brown to be the starter this week. Yeah. Because, I don't think Lamar's ready. And
a lot of running.
I hadn't seen a concussion come back in the same week this year yet. Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be Anthony Brown on the center for whoever they play this coming up week.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, let's move on, man. Let's go to a better game right here. We have the Chiefs at the Browns. Final score, 34-28.
Chiefs the Broncos. Chiefs at the Broncos.
My bad. Yeah, my bad. Oh, well, it's almost similar team. All right, we have the Chiefs at the Broncos. Final score, 34-28. We have, let's go to some game leaders. All right, we have Mahomes. He threw for 42, completed 28, 352 yards, 3 touchdowns. But with that came 3 interceptions. And your top rusher was Pacheco, 13 carries for 70 yards. And your top receiver was running back McKinnon. 7 catches, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Man, have a day. Then we go to the Broncos side of the ball. We have Russell Wilson. He threw for 36, completed 23 for 247 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Your top rusher was also Wilson for 4 carries, 57 yards, and your top receiver was Judy for 8 catches, 73 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Let's go to some team stats. Kansas City, they had 431 yards total, while Denver had 322. Turnovers, Kansas City had 3, Denver had 2. Time of possession, Kansas City 30 minutes, and Denver were 29. That being said, gentlemen, divisional game right here. That puts Denver at 3-10, last in that division, and officially eliminated from the playoffs. And that puts Kansas City at 10-3, still number one and holding down that division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
As soon as Russell Wilson getting going, Russell Wilson gets knocked out.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
and shame on the Chiefs, man. They jumped out there, man, and ran off and let the Broncos come back. A team that barely scores 12 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
You let them put up 28.
Yep.
So Broncos are done. Chiefs look iffy. I wasn't expecting that. I guess it's just one of them games for them too this week.
Yeah.
They'll get it back going, but it wasn't much there to watch for me.
Yeah. Jay, what your thoughts on this game, man?
Finally, the Broncos showed a little heart,
Yeah.
little sign of life.
A little bit too late.
A little bit too late.
Yeah.
I guess before the game, they knew if they lost, they're getting eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
So they went full steam, all hands on deck. Let's try to get this. Still went down like 27-0.
Yeah.
But they fought, came back. They rattled off 3 straight touchdowns. So it looked like Wilson finally came into how he was supposed to look.
Yeah.
Then one of those rushing attempts concussed.
Man, you saw that
Yeah.
though?
Yeah.
It looked
it was bad.
man.
He
It
had
was
a big knot on his head, man. When he took his helmet off on the side, big knot.
But I don't know. I just had mid run, I knew something bad was going to happen. It's just the way he was. He was determined to get that first down, and he leaned forward, and like 3 Chiefs.
Well, right there waiting for him at the goal line.
Yeah, fell on him. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, man.
But congratulations to Travis Kelce, 10,000 yard club.
Mm-hmm.
We had that debate a couple weeks ago about
tight ends.
Yeah, tight ends going forward. So he just put his name as one of the greatest tight ends of all.
Yep.
And I think that second half with the Chiefs more was just they took their foot off the pedal, and they allowed them to come back and have a little life. But other than that, Chiefs still looking good. I don't care about those 3 picks. The Broncos defense is pretty good, and one of those picks went to Patrick Surtain, who's a monster. So, I think Chiefs just need to look forward to the playoffs and finding some more playmakers. Yeah. McKinnon stepped up, Juju stepped up. They're gonna need one more.
Did you see that touchdown he threw to McKinnon?
Yeah,
looked like it was underhanded or something.
Yeah,
man, when he threw that bad boy. He was running for his life.
Yeah, he was running.
Yeah,
he's right there, man.
He has one of those every week.
Yeah,
where it's like, what the hell? No other quarterback would even attempt half the stuff that Mahomes.
And that's what I said. What I said about his offensive coordinator. I was like, yeah, the plays look good, but I feel like because of stuff like that, Mahomes makes it easy. Then Yeah. All right. That being said, gentlemen, let's move on. Y'all got anything more on that game? All right, let's move on to the Buccaneers at the 49ers. Final score 7-35. 49ers come up with the win right here. Let's go to some game leaders and start off with the Buccaneers side of the ball. Tom Brady, he threw for 55, completed 34 for 253 yards of 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Your top rusher was White, 13 carries, 56 yards. Your top receiver was Godwin with 5 catches, 54 yards. Now to the 49ers side of the ball. Prudy, he threw for 21, completed 16 for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. Your top rusher was McCaffrey, 14 carries, 119 yards and 1 touchdown. Have a day, bro. Your top receiver was Ayuk with 2 catches, 57 yards, and 1 touchdown. Team stats real quick. Total, Buccaneers had 322, while the 49ers had 404 turnovers. Buccaneers had 3, San Francisco had 1. Time possession, Tampa Bay had 27, while San Francisco had 32. That being said, gentlemen, this puts the 49ers at 9-4, first in their division, and this puts Tampa Bay still number 1 in their division with 6-7. DC, What are your thoughts on this game, man?
Man, next man up, Brock Purdy just shows up.
Yeah.
And just go to Shanahan, man. He just
third string
quarterback comes in and look like nobody missed a beat.
Right.
35-7 on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are toast, man. I don't care how they finish this season, man. They're going to have to do something different there. But the 49ers, moving right along. Debo got hurt. Don't know how long he's going to be out.
Yeah.
How much that's going to affect him. I'm going to see how good Shanahan really is. If Debo has to miss some games, man, somebody's got to pick up that slack.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting to see who that's going to be.
Yeah. Jerome, what do you think?
Shoot, man. It's sad to see Tom Brady go out like this.
Yeah.
You can see the tail of the tape in the game. Tampa Bay rushing attempts. Yeah. And realistically, they only had 17 actual runs. You had Tom Brady scramble a couple, but they had 17 rushing attempts against the 49ers who had
attempts.
Attempts.
They had 36.
Yeah, 36, but I mean like actual running. Like,
yeah.
I take those quarterback scrambles out.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm taking. So they had 32 actual rushing attempts.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers still find a way.
Yep.
Like the running game, that's the best running game I've seen since like the old Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
That they can do anything they want and they can pop one whenever. And just adding Christian McCaffrey to this monster is it's almost unfair.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see what happens with Debo. They said it's a high ankle sprain. I'm guessing he's not going to be seen until the playoffs.
Right, that's what I would think.
Yeah. And then we got to see Purdy bossed up. Purdy has some balls. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. That dude Purdy, like he's not scared of anything. Mm-hmm. He'll get hit one play. He still threw a touchdown on a play he got demolished. He's thrown into tight coverages. He's running, throwing downfield. We'll see if that comes back to bite him because we've seen rookie quarterbacks kind of come in and look great at first, and then people start figuring them out. But the thing he's got on his side, the advantage he has is Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan's gonna get somebody open on every play.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get running back through a big gaping hole. He's gonna get a tight end open. He's gonna get Ayuk open. It's just that dude's a mastermind, and it's like I can't believe the NFC South at this point is showing these piss poor teams. There should be a rule where now it's 17 game season. If you're not at least over 8 games, come on. Like if you have a losing record, there needs to be a way where some other team at least takes your home field advantage. Yeah. At least knock you down into a wild card because this is crazy. The Cowboys are going to have to go into Tampa Bay, winning over 10 games and play this terrible team. And I'm still scared of them. I'm still scared of them. I'm still scared that Mahomes and Mike Evans going to go crazy against the Cowboys. But the offensive line is terrible. Yeah. And Brady hasn't looked comfortable all year.
So let me ask you this question, man. So is Tom Brady last year?
Man.
If you had to take a guess?
To me, it's his last year in Tampa Bay.
I'm sure Tampa Bay wants it to be his last year.
Yeah. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with Brock Purdy, he was the last pick of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about him, he was a 4-year starter at Iowa State. Mm-hmm. So he's played a whole lot. He's 22 years old. He's not the normal rookie.
And he had good stats in Iowa State.
He played with Breece Hall was his running back.
Yeah.
So he's played some football. So, and once again, it's gonna if this cat right here gets this team to the Super Bowl, then what about Trey Lance?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then what happens with
Yeah.
Jimmy G and Trey Lance? Then you got a third guy in the mix.
Well, we know Jimmy G's gone no matter what at the end of the season. Trey Lance, now you gave up so much to get him. Now, yeah, you're gonna scratch your head. It's like, what about this guy takes you deep and then the playoffs, possibly Super Bowl? What you gonna do? Becoming a training camp. So who's gonna take the first reps?
Yep, which is the same thing that Green Bay went through with Jordan Love.
Yep.
They traded up to the first round to pick him. He ain't got on the field yet. He's about to hit his 5th year.
Yeah.
You know, he's been up almost 5 years now.
And he said he wants to trade.
Right.
He said he wants out. If Aaron Rodgers come back, Joe Liv said, "Nah, I'm done here."
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, move on. Let's go to the Panthers at the Seahawks. Final score 30-24. Panthers win this game right here. Game leaders, Panthers side of the ball, Donald. He threw for 24, completed 14, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. The top rusher was Herbert, 14 carries, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. Top receiver was Shalant with 4 catches and 31 yards. Moving on to the Seahawks side of the ball, we had Geno Smith. He threw for 36, completed 21, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The top rusher was Homer with 9 carries, 26 yards. And your top receiver was Godwin with 5 catches, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. Team stats, Carolina had 328 total yardage, while Seattle had 287 turnovers. Carolina had 0, Seattle had 2. Time possession, Carolina had 39 minutes, and Seattle had 20. Ooh. That being said, gentlemen, this puts Carolina at 5-8, second in that division, and this puts Seattle 7-6, second in that division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Man, Carolina just went in that, got the ball and held on to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just switching running backs in and out. Everybody getting a turn.
Yep.
Against Seattle. Good win. They needed. They still got a shot to make the playoffs, and this right here puts Seattle out of the picture for now. Anyway.
Yeah.
And it's going to probably be tough for them to get back in the way this thing is going.
Yeah.
Shout out to head coach Steve Wilkes.
Yeah.
Interim head coach.
Yeah.
And, of course, Carolina's going to have to make a decision at the end of the season with that.
Yeah.
But, you know, Geno was out there being Geno again. A couple of picks, but other than that, he was still moving the ball around.
Yeah, he was.
I just can't wait to see how the rest of this is going to play out for the Seahawks because right now they're on the outside looking in. It'd be a shame, man, if they didn't get in there.
Yeah. Jerron?
Yeah, I was thinking the same exactly. I feel bad for the Seahawks. It's a disappointment if they don't get in based on how they started the year off, how Geno played. But look out for the Panthers.
Yeah.
They alive in NFC South. It's such a bad division that the Panthers with how many wins now?
5.
5 wins have a chance to catch the Buccaneers.
That's sad.
One game out.
They're one game
sad.
out of the league, and I think they play the Buccaneers. Or
I think so.
I think they play them coming up.
They say they control their destiny.
Their destiny.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to win out.
Mhm.
But man, I don't think they'll make it. I think the Buccaneers still somehow scrape by.
Yeah.
But at least they make it interesting. It's something to look at. And I have no idea where the Saints are, how the Saints aren't in the mix.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Seattle. Seattle dropped this game, and it's gonna hurt them in the long run.
Yeah.
They're gonna be kicking themselves because of this one game. If they don't get the 6th seed or the 7th seed, actually in the wild card to get in.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Let's go to the Dolphins at the Chargers. Final score 17-23. Chargers wins this game right here. Game leaders, let's start off with the Dolphins side of the ball. Tua, he threw for 28, completed 10, 145 yards and 1 touchdown. Top rusher was Morset with 11 carries, 37 yards. Your top receiver was Hill with 4 catches, 81 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now to the Chargers side of the ball. Herbert, he threw for 51, completed 39 for 367 yards and 1 touchdown. And top rusher was Eckler with 15 carries, 45 yards, and 1 touchdown. Top receiver was Williams with 6 catches, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. Team stats, Miami had 219 total yardage, while the Chargers had 432. Time possession, Miami 20 minutes, while the Chargers had 39.
Oof.
Both teams had 0 turnovers. That being said, gentlemen, this puts Miami at 8-5, second in that division, and this puts the Chargers 7-6, second in that division. DC, what are your thoughts on this game right here, man?
Man, it's like I don't know if the Chargers defense came to play or Miami left the offense at the house. 200 and whatever total yards, 19 for Miami. That's it. That's normally the passing yards.
Yeah.
Right.
He's normally gonna throw for 300 and then run for another 100.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on the last couple of games with Tua, and of course Waddle was nowhere to be found. Nowhere at all to be found. And he got hurt, but he continued to play, man. But I don't know what they're gonna do with this Tua situation. I hope it was just a little misstep the last couple of weeks, but I don't know. Big Mike Williams, he shows back up in midseason.
Yep.
He never left,
Right.
man. So another must win for the Chargers. They had to win this one.
Yeah.
They couldn't have went down like
To
that.
stay alive.
So, they if they'd have went 6-6 like that, 6-7, they'd have been in big trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're giving themselves a chance to stick around.
Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
I'm actually mad that it's that close. 432 yards. I didn't realize watching the game that the discrepancy of the yardage and the time of possession was that 20 minutes and 22 seconds versus 39 and 38.
It should be 40 something.
So there's still some stuff that Herbert has to kind of will his way out with his coaching staff and some of their calls and some of the way they run their offense. But man, it was a display to me because out of the whole league, I think if I wouldn't want Justin Herbert as my quarterback out of almost everybody, outside of Mahomes, I would want Justin Herbert, maybe Burrow too. Those would be my top 2 candidates. If I had to make a trade to replace Dak, I'm calling up Justin Herbert. That dude makes some incredible throws. His vision is remarkable. It's like he's got like Jason Kidd type vision where he'll see a lane and then he sees the pinpoint place to put the ball. But it's interesting watching the Dolphins offense because they've been sitting pretty 30 points a game all up into the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
It looks like somebody's starting to figure them out. They played a lot of press against Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Tyreek Hill, he beat it once.
Yep. Got
a nice little long touchdown, but they kind of beating up these little bitty receivers. They're beating up little Tua, muddying his throwing lanes. But we'll see if they figure out how to beat that press man like that coming up, and then see how healthy Tyreek is.
Yeah.
Because I think Tyreek was the reason why Tua was looking like that. And then Tyreek gets hurt and Tua doesn't look as good. Waddle doesn't kill everybody in the intermediate stuff, and Tua isn't looking as good. So we'll have to see if Tua can overcome this like bump in the road. In back-to-back week.
Yeah, because teams are watching the film, and they figure like they probably done found something.
Yeah.
So we'll see going forward how it works.
Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen, let's move on to the picks for Week 15, man.
Hold on, Fredo. One thing. Man.
Oh,
Can we talk about them Saints? How they lost last Monday night?
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me? 3 minutes and some change to go, and you up 2 touchdowns. You let Brady them do that to you, man.
This Brady,
unbelievable. Yeah.
Not Patriots Brady.
No.
Is this Brady with this bad team?
Yeah, unbelievable, man. They don't need to make the playoffs, man. Giving it away like that? You can't do that, man. You had that game won.
They don't never. They never should bring up the Falcons.
No.
Comebacks against the Falcons because they turned into the Falcons that game.
Yeah.
With 3 minutes.
Yeah. 2 touchdowns.
Chuck needs to be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much from no Saints fan this year.
I know Chuck broke something that night.
Well, no. Well, he came to work that day, so he's good. He's like, what we expect, Sauce?
Yeah.
What we expect, man?
But you know what? How many people probably went to bed?
Oh yeah.
And then woke up the next morning and be like, what?
Yeah. How? Who? What?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because all I hear is the Falcons coughing up leads in the fourth quarter, and y'all just went ahead and did it yourself. So, and speaking of, Chuck's brother, he owed me some money. We put some money on the Saints versus the Cowboys win total. Sauce, go ahead and tap Chuck and be like, hey,
where's my money at?
make sure your brother slides me that money.
Oh man, Zelle you that money.
Yeah, Zelle, PayPal, I got it all.
All right. All right, that being said, gentlemen, let's move on to these picks for week 15 right here. Starting off, man, we have Thursday night football. It's going to be a good one, divisional game. 49ers at the Seahawks. San Francisco is favored to win this one, and they're the road team, and they're favored to win by 3.5 points. DC, what do you got this game, man?
God, oh, man. Give me the Seahawks, man, at home.
Yeah.
Give me the they got to. If they don't win this,
they got to throw everything.
They got to throw it all at, and they probably won't have to play against Debo. Man, give me the Seahawks.
Okay, yeah. I'll take Seattle also. Who you got, Jerome?
Purdy keeps rolling. Purdy's gonna go in there. Oh man, it is in Seattle though.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be loud. But
the city knows, the team knows that this is a must win for them to stay alive.
I'm putting it on the back of Purdy, Kittle, and McCaffrey. That defense gonna show up, so I'm still taking the 49ers.
So we don't know if Debo's gonna go play yet.
No,
most likely he's not gonna play.
He's not gonna play.
All right, yeah, that's too soon to come back. All right, let's go to the Colts at the Vikings. Vikings are favored to win this one for 4 points. I'll take that. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Vikings on that
with the points.
I take the Vikings too, but if they lose this one,
I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing.
All right. We have the Ravens at the Browns. The Browns are favored to win this one by 2.5 points. So, all right, I'll pick the Browns just because Lamar's not back. So I'll take the Browns on this one.
Man,
you see?
Give me the Browns. It's going to be about 12-14, something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah.
Under 20.
Give me the Browns. Man.
Jay?
I'm with you. 12-14. I'm with you. That's going to be a low, ugly game.
Yeah, man.
I'm not going to want to talk about this game but unless I'm making fun of Deshaun Watson. So, yeah, they're gonna. Browns gonna win.
Yeah. All right. All right, and these games right here gonna be played on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3 games.
3 games, and it's the Browns, and it's the Vikings and the Colts, Ravens, Browns, Dolphins, and Bills. It could be Saturday games. All right. That being said, we have the Dolphins at the Bills. This is Saturday night football.
Bills favored by what, 4?
About 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tyreek must not be playing.
Yeah.
They must be scared.
And you know what? I'll take Buffalo.
Yeah, give me Buffalo. I think it's supposed to be snowing again.
It is gonna be snowing. It's gonna be snowing over there.
And Jeff Wilson probably out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah.
So
so now that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Buffalo, snow.
Mm-hmm.
Tua, terrible weather quarterback. Tyreek, bum. Yeah, I'm taking the Bills about 27, 27-17.
Oh man, 27-17, 10 points. All right. Now we have the Chiefs at the Texans. Kansas City are favored to win this one by 14 points. I believe that. Yeah. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
Yeah. Chiefs by about 14. We're gonna see if this is a one game in Texas rivalry kind of week for the Texans. If they do this again, I'm gonna see. I would like to see that, but they need to play. I want to see them play the Chiefs like they played the Cowboys.
Yeah, I would like to see that, but I'm not gonna put my hopes up on that with that team right now. Then we have the Eagles at the Bears. Eagles are favored to win this one by 9 points.
Oh man,
I'll take the Eagles on this one.
Yeah, give me the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles by more than 9.
All right, we have the Falcons at the Saints. Saints are favored to win this one by 4 points. Give me the Saints. I'll take the Saints.
That'd be Saints fashion to win this one and lose the one they lost last week.
Yeah,
I take the Saints. They're gonna get after the rookie quarterback. I'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say the Falcons, but I'll take the Saints at home.
Yeah. Now we have the Lions at the Jets. This game is an even match. There's no favorites to win, but there's a favorite for me. I'll take the Lions.
Yeah, give me the Lions, man.
I'll take the Lions.
Lions by
Lions White gonna play or not?
Yeah.
Lions by 4 or 5. Yeah. It's in New York, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
this is New York,
New Jersey, whatever.
Yeah. Then we have the Steelers at the Panthers. Panthers are favored to win this one by 2.5 points. You know what? Give me the Panthers, man. I'll take the Panthers.
Give me the Panthers. Yeah. Me too.
I'll take the upset. Steelers gonna go in there, get them an ugly win.
Just like them to mess something up.
Yeah,
for the Panthers.
Panthers going. It's y'all believing too much in the Panthers, so I'm gonna say
if
that.
Trubisky more than likely gonna be playing, I'm taking the Panthers because there was a concussion with Pickett, I think.
Pickett.
So I'm thinking they're gonna start Trubisky again. So,
but Sam Darnold is the. I don't know. I'm taking the Steelers. I got a hunch.
Okay. Now we have the Cowboys at the Jaguars. Cowboys are favored to win this one by 5 points. I don't know, man. Jaguars, the way they've been playing lately. I'm gonna take the safe bet. I'll just go take the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna take the. This is a losing. This is a formula for a loss for the Cowboys. I've been watching it too many years. They overlooked the Texans. They're gonna overlook the Jaguars. Yeah. So out of the next 2 weeks, one of these is going to be a loss. It's either a win against Jaguars, loss against the Titans, or the vice versa. So I'm gonna take the loss this week.
Okay. So you got the Jaguars?
Yeah, one of these two, like mark my words, one of these 2 weeks is going to be a loss.
Okay. Now we have the Cardinals at the Browns. This
Broncos.
Same team. Same team.
Bro. All right. I have the Cardinals at the Broncos. Both teams are evenly matched. There's no favorite for this one. But you know what? Give me the Cardinals.
Same.
Yeah.
And give me the Broncos, man. Give me the Broncos. I'm taking an upset on that one.
Yeah. Even though they don't got Russell
No
Wilson?
Russell. That's right. No, give Mark. Let Rippon play. Let Rippon play.
Okay.
I don't know how you take that one, Fred. I'm gonna have to take a Kyler at least.
We should bet $5 on that. All right. Let's go to the Patriots versus the Raiders. This is another game that's even. I don't know what's up with Vegas. I guess Vegas don't make no bets. But give me the Raiders, man. I'll take the Raiders at home.
Patriots.
Patriots.
All right. Now we have the Titans at the Chargers. Chargers favor to win this one by 3 points. And I'll take the Chargers.
Man, give me the Chargers. And if you got any wide receiver on the Chargers in your fantasy league, you better throw them out there. Throw the third string receiver out there too. Yeah. Tight ends, everybody.
I'm starting Josh Palmer.
You might as well.
I'm starting Josh Palmer because I know he's going to get him a teddy.
Yeah, this is going to be about 400 yards for
Justin
Herbert.
Yeah. All right. Now we have the Bengals at the Buccaneers. The Bengals are favored to win this one by 3.5 points, and I'll take the Bengals right now, man.
The Bengals by a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, Bengals by 10.
Yeah.
That's right. In Tampa.
Yes.
In Tampa, yeah. And then we have the Giants at the Commanders. Commanders are favored to win this one by 4.5, and I'll take that. Give me the Commanders.
Yeah.
What if they tie again? What is it 7?
Oh man.
Does it convert to a win if they tie? Or so is it 7-5-2 if they tie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, let's go tie again.
Well, Vegas don't think so.
Nah, I'm going with the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Giants been exposed.
Yep.
Commanders by
Yep.
5 points.
Yep. Commanders.
Okay, then Monday Night Football, we have Rams at Packers. You know what? These Monday night and Sunday night games, they should move them, man.
I wish they could flex it.
Yeah.
On a Monday.
All right, so we have the Rams at the Packers. Packers are favored to win this one by 7.5 points, and I agree with that. I'll take the Packers.
Give me the Rams, man.
Oh, you take the Rams?
Give me the Rams,
Okay.
man.
Do we know is Aaron Rodgers playing?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Sure he is, man.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Packers.
Okay, all right.
7.5 is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. All right.
Oh, we didn't talk about tonight's game. Patriots Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
Do a quick one.
That one right there, Patriots or Cardinals.
In Arizona.
In Arizona, on that one, give me the Cardinals, man.
I'm actually taking the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots on that one.
I want to see how Belichick gonna defend D-Hop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if Hollywood Brown come back, how it's gonna all work out. If he gonna just let Hollywood eat and hold D-Hop, how it's gonna work.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some fantasy real quick. Let's jump on to these QBs, top QBs right here. Let's go. We have Lawrence. He had 33 points. Hurts had for 30. Goff had 26. Wilson had 25. And Cousins had 25 as well. Let's go to some running backs.
Christian McCaffrey?
Actually, no. It's McCannon. From Kansas City.
He was a receiver.
Yeah,
that don't count. He was a receiver that game. That's why I didn't think of him.
McCaffrey 29.
Okay.
Miles Sanders 28.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Eckler 24, and Tony Pollard, man, with 22. Yeah, and behind him was Derrick Henry, man, at 6. Now, wide receivers, who do y'all think was number 1?
You know who Justin Jefferson, man?
Yes,
It
was tied.
Huh?
Justin
tied.
Jefferson. Justin Jefferson.
Who else did that?
Who else y'all think?
Even was a tight end.
Man, I don't know who else went
Chase,
crazy.
what did Chase end up with?
28.
Okay.
So he's 3rd.
Tied.
He had 3 touchdowns.
Who was it?
Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, never got that.
Yeah. I recall he got 3, but
Jerry Jeudy and Justin Jefferson are tied for 33 points each, and then there's Jamar Chase with 28, then Hill with 24, and then Mike Williams with 23. Yes, sir. Now let's go to tight ends.
It's crazy how Mike Williams just come in off of injury and look like prime Des Bryant.
Yeah, tight ends number 1. Man, I see
Ingram.
You.
Oh no,
I'm cheating.
No. I'm actually looking over. I'm looking straight down.
All right, yeah, Ingram. Yeah, with 39 points.
Yeah,
and then
Hawkinson,
Njoku with 18.
Njoku.
And what's his name?
Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Chiggy. We call him Chig.
Yeah, Chig. 18 points as well.
Yeah.
He's your best.
He's a rookie too.
And Schultz with 14, and Knox with also 14.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And let's go to the defense. Let's show some defense, some love. What do you think was number 1?
Chiefs.
Yep.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Bills 11. Ravens 11.
Eagles.
Jaguars 11
49ers?
and 49ers 9 points. Eagles with 9 also.
It's crazy that the Chiefs were that high and gave up 28 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That just shows you.
Top kicker. Any guesses?
Tucker.
Tucker, nope.
I didn't go against no kickers that went off this week.
Nah, I mean, but
What was Dicker at?
Dicker,
Mm-hmm.
he's not even top 5. All right, so it was a Fairbairn from the Texans, 16 points.
Okay.
And then was Puny from Carolina. Pinero, yeah, 13.
Eddie.
And Patterson with 13. And Carlson with 12. And Elliott from the Eagles, 12.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, yeah. All right, guys. So, let's go to all the playoff pictures. So, right now in the AFC, we got the Bills at 1, Chiefs at 2, Ravens at 3, Titans at 4, Bengals at 5, Dolphins at 6, and Chargers at 7 now. And now let's go to the NFC. Eagles, first team to clinch. So they're 1, Vikings 2, 49ers 3, Buccaneers 4, Cowboys 5, Commanders at 6, and the Giants at 7. So these are the teams from the AFC that's out on the bubble. The Jets, Patriots, Jaguars, Raiders, Browns, Steelers, and Colts. All right, so let's talk about this one real quick. So out of all those teams, which one do you think that has a more true potential to take either that 6 or 7 spot?
Jets.
Jets. More than likely be the Jets.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I say.
So you're saying the Chargers are going to be out, or the
no?
Dolphins?
They might catch the Dolphins.
They
might catch the Dolphins. Dolphins get an L this week.
Yeah.
Jets might get a W.
They might both get an L this week, Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But because Jets play, I think Lions and the Dolphins play Buffalo.
Yeah, they both could get an L, but if the Jets somehow went out, they're going to catch the Dolphins.
Okay. All right. So let's move on to the NFC. On the bubble, you have Seahawks, Lions, Packers, Panthers, Falcons, Cardinals, and Saints and Rams. All those are still on the bubble. But do you see any of those teams taking either the Commanders or the Giants spot?
The Giants are gone. I'm just going to put the Lions where the Giants are.
Okay.
See, I'm putting Seahawks where the Giants are.
Okay.
And then I got my eyes out on the Panthers, looking to catch the Buccaneers.
Oh,
the Panthers,
because Buccaneers gonna get them a L coming up this week. Maybe the Panthers squeak up, get 6 and 8, and then it gets interesting.
Yeah, and the Saints only 2 games out of first place.
Yeah,
that's sick. I swear, if they get in the playoffs, I'm not watching. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
man,
absolutely. All right, so yeah, man. So those are the playoffs how they're looking like right now, man.
And I do want to say that the Cowboys are de facto number 2. Because the only reason we're not the 2nd seed is because we're not winning the division. Yeah. But if we get past the wild card, we'll have home field advantage against everybody except the Eagles. So we got to go into the NFC South winner, beat them, and then we'll get home field advantage for the next team coming up. So playoffs going to be interesting.
Yep.
Do you think the Niners will catch y'all? They're a game behind right now.
They're a game behind. They could catch us. Yeah. Again, I think we get a loss one of these 2 weeks, and then we'll see how we play against the Eagles. That determines if we get 2 losses in the next 3 weeks, the Niners.
Do y'all play each other this year?
No. No.
I wonder how the tiebreaker would work. I guess they go to the
they go to
division first,
the conference.
Okay.
Conference record, and I believe their conference record is
it's 7-2 in the conference right now. Dallas is 7-3 in the conference.
Yeah, so their conference record is better.
So the 3 teams that are eliminated for sure are the Texans, the Bears, and the Broncos as of right now. Yeah, man. All right, Jerron. So let's go to your segment, man.
Oh yeah, like keep explaining it. We do the show Monday morning, and there's always something that pops up after we do the show. So
what's the name of it, bro?
Guess the headlines.
Guess the headline.
So, what headlines do y'all think is gonna come out? I got 3.
Okay.
I got for the Cowboys, Jason Peters starting right tackle for the rest of the year. He's 40. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
I got Debo out to the playoffs. He's out, and then he may not come. So may or may not be out for the playoffs. And then I got Jordan Love starts for the rest of the year for the Patriots. For the Packers, I'm sorry.
Okay. DC?
The Rams, I'm thinking they finna shut Aaron Donald down and
That's a good
call it for sure. But the quarterback and Aaron Donald,
That's a
there's
good
no
one.
reason for them to play. I think we're gonna get with Ritter coming in for the Falcons. I think you're gonna get a little bit more Drake London coming up.
Okay.
I think you're gonna see some better numbers from Drake London. The kid can play. He just ain't had nobody out there willing to throw the ball to him. For sure. And I'm with to run out that Aaron Rodgers deal. That may be a real thing. It may be going to be a messy divorce.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Think so?
Yeah. I think it's going to get bad.
Do you think that he gets traded?
Just depends on how you want to go. He called the shots. For the most part, Rodgers does. And that's Green Bay's fault. He's been calling the shots for years.
Would you take Aaron Rodgers as a Texans fan?
Of course, I'll take any quarterback at this point. Anybody that's been proven.
Remember his contract though. He just got a pay raise. You willing to take it?
We got money open. I mean, like he be our like best superstar, top 5 going in of all time. I mean, yeah, I'll take him.
5 minutes ago, Terrence Steele, right tackle, Cowboys out for the remainder of the season towards ACL. Damn you, Texans.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I still think the Jets is the place for him. That's the place for Rodgers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good one right there.
The receivers he got, man, and the team around him, I think that's the run its course. Granted, the Watson's coming along. This whole rookie class, for the most part, just the receivers with Olave and Garrett Wilson and Watson and Treylon Burks. It looked like they got this class is going to turn out to be a pretty decent receiver class. We're going to see what Romeo Doubs turn out to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what the kid in Kansas City, what is his name?
Sky Moore.
Yeah, see how he turned out. But there's maybe some pretty decent receivers in this class.
Well, I mean, like, y'all pretty much said everything I was thinking about saying. So I don't know, like, I guess we could talk MVP talk now.
Yeah.
Hurts.
Oh yeah, I'm voting for Hurts. I'm voting for Sirianni, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coach
and then Kraft said it. They're gonna sweep.
Sweep it.
Yeah.
GM, coach,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
MVP,
Yep.
offensive weapon or offensive player. That's gonna go to Tyreek.
Yeah.
He's going crazy. Defensive MVP is the question.
Yeah. Man, I like Parsons, man. The dude just a beast.
He's kind of cooled off a little bit.
But it's there.
But yeah.
You know it's there.
Yeah, they're gonna. He's already stacked up a bunch of love.
In Bosa in San Francisco. We'll see how that turns out.
And Judon
Yes,
for
the Patriots.
I'm picking Judon. I think he's gonna sneak up, and
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of the riders are gonna be like, give it to this cat, leading the league in sacks and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Jerome, you think with in Carolina, you think they'll give Wilkes a shot at the head coach if they make the playoffs?
If they make the playoffs, yeah.
It's gonna be hard to tell them no, huh?
It's hard.
Yeah, even though he's the interim.
It's a hell of a turnaround. And they might have to like him somehow to give him that interim tag.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see who's available to replace him, unless you give like a offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator a job. But who's done a better job of coaching the last couple of weeks than he has? Maybe if you give us the Eagles offensive play caller job.
Yeah, he's gonna be highly sought after.
I just want him out of. I want him out of Philly.
Yeah,
and just get him out of there.
Yeah, Wilkes, he got that raw deal in Arizona, man.
Yeah,
he came up for that 1 year, and they got him out of there. And I think they put Bruce Arians in there.
Mm-hmm.
Either Arians, it had to be Arians. So now, if he makes the playoff, man, it's gonna make it tough on him not to give him the job, and that's just gonna see what that does to the locker room. We've seen what happened with the Raiders last year when a lot of those guys thought Bisciotti, when Gruden got fired, and he moved the team along like he did, and they didn't just go ahead and promote him to head coach, and they brought McDaniels in there, and you see what the results are with that.
Yeah,
a lot of those guys wanted him to just go ahead and be the head coach.
Yeah,
but
and my thing is, the Panthers don't have a chance. They don't have the talent. So get this guy a shot.
Yeah.
You see what he's done already.
Yeah.
Just keep it going, roll it into next year, and try to get him some weapons. Yeah. Then if he doesn't prove he can do anything with the weapons, kind of like what happened in Arizona, where he proved that this might be too big for him. That is not the right coach for that team.
Right. Yeah.
Right now, he's the right coach for the Panthers.
Yeah, he just went into Seattle and won. So, man, that's got to count for something.
Yeah.
That's a tough place to go in and win with a team that's playing for something in Seattle.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, how about fantasy? How y'all doing in fantasy, man?
Man, I think I'm going to make 3 out of the 4 playoffs.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
I'm 2 out of 3. Actually, I have good prospects in my other leagues. The Fredo, your league, I'm out of there.
Yeah, you dead last, man.
Even though I did get a win.
So next year, Jerron's gonna be drafting with the 2-2 on.
That's cool. That's fine.
You gotta pay the piper.
Man, I don't know what happened this year. It seemed like I played Jerron, brother, 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the schedule. I'm like, how am I
me and my brother.
I'm like, how am I playing him again?
Me and my brother were talking about that. He said something's up. He was like, why am I playing him 3 times?
Yeah, out of a 10-team league, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah. But we were talking about that. We watched the game a couple weeks ago. He's like, hey.
You played him 3 times?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Twice in the first 5 weeks.
Yes.
And then he just played him again. I'm like, how did that happen?
I don't know. How did that happen?
That's crazy. But I'm looking like it's just everybody loves scoring against me. But other than that, my other leagues, I'm pretty good.
Mike in our league today, and he still got 2 guys to go.
Yeah.
He got Hopkins going, and he got Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
I'm up by 5, and all I got is the kicker going. I think Nick Folk.
No, this week I lost all 3 of mine badly too, man. It's like my team did not show up and play, but I'm still making the playoffs. I know on 2 of them I'm like 2nd and 3rd place right now, and then the other one I'm barely gonna make it into the 6th spot. But yeah, man. So
all you gotta do is get in there.
Yeah, as long as I get in there, hopefully my team will turn up, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and also didn't help that the bye weeks.
Yeah.
Well, all the way to week 14 this year, so.
Yeah, 6 teams this week on bye.
Yeah. And I had a lot of players on bye week also. So we'll see, man.
I'm still in first place on the pick'em, man.
Who?
Me.
Yeah, you are.
I got all of them right last week.
You did?
All of them.
Yeah. Like
every single one of them, man.
Man, like I already think you're gonna win that one already, man.
Yeah.
In that pick'em league.
I think it goes through the whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes to all the way to week 17.
Yeah.
So yeah. So by week 17, man, you could get good payday, man.
Yeah. Nice piece of change.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy money for you, huh? Easy money. Yeah, and I think MVP Flores is going to win that one.
He's going to win it.
Yeah.
I was looking at that last night.
Yeah, like he was already asking me for the money last week. He said, man, might as well go ahead and sell me that money.
Got it. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
This is a crazy stat from our fantasy league. So going into this year, you know how they do the projections of like the best teams and the worst teams. So
don't fall for that, man.
So who do you think had the best projections to win over?
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Second best.
We were talking about that.
Second best projections. is right above me.
Was it
So it's
Aaron?
flipped. No,
The Dustin?
it's Chuck.
Chuck. What?
Chuck has second best
forgot.
projections to win. He's in 9th place.
Yeah.
Third projection,
Oh yeah, I see why.
it flipped. So if you were in the bottom, so 9th is first, 8th is second. So it's like
I was projected last. I mean 9th.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were projected
Massages.
at the beginning of the year you were projected in the 8th spot. Now you're second.
Yeah.
You're in the second. So it's crazy how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like projections and stuff like that. Don't believe them, man, because they only project the team that you drafted. But like if you go look at my team, what I drafted, and now how it looks, it's completely different. I've made a lot of trades this year. Back then, I used to not make a lot of trades, but now I got more ballsy and start doing trades now. I've sometimes had to let go one great player to get 2 decent players. I had to because like that one player wasn't doing enough. If I had 2 decent players for a great player, that might just help me go over that hump.
I can't believe he traded you Godwin.
I did.
I can't believe he made that trade with you.
Yeah.
For Hill. Was it Hill?
Yeah.
Hill who?
The running back for the Dolphins. Was that who it was?
For Morset. No. Wilson.
Wilson.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson. Yeah. I can't believe he did that one, man.
Wilson for who?
Chris Godwin.
Well, like that was a bundle.
Yeah.
That was a bundle. So I threw him in there.
Yeah.
For that.
Godwin's the most heavily targeted receiver there is, just about.
Yeah. Well, the way they're playing right now, man, like that really don't look like good. But yeah. So this year I've been trying making trades, and every time I want to make a trade with this man, it's hard to get him in contact.
Oh well, I don't make trades if I'm not in the
hunt.
In the hunt, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin somebody else's chances.
Yeah, you ruined my chance to not make it up there.
I just keep it even.
No. You see, like I'll try to make trades with Jerron mid-season, like way before I thought that he would end up in last place.
Oh shit! I knew. I was like, oh no, this.
I was like, well, so what's it gonna take for you to give up Kelsey? Like I was willing to almost give up my whole team.
Well, what it would take.
Yeah,
Kelsey would take a whole lot.
Yeah,
that probably would have knocked you out, Fredo.
That's what I'm saying.
Make that trade.
You wouldn't be where you are today if you made that trade.
Well, thank you, then, Jerron.
Yeah,
that's why I stay out of it. No.
So as of right now, DC, are you gonna win this game?
I don't think so, man.
All right,
I'm
so
down 5. He got Hopkins and Hunter Henry going tonight. I just got the kicker. I'm up 5 right now.
So this might put Flores at the number 1 spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the 3 to him,
and then that should put me either in the 2 spot.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, me and you will have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, but you got more points.
Yeah. So at least I get a bye week. Thank God. That's stressful, man. That's very stressful. All right, gentlemen, you got anything more?
No.
You want to go off topic and talk about some Christmas BS?
So I ain't got nothing. I'm still trying to get presents.
Yeah. Trying to still get presents. All right.
Still working on it.
All right. Well. But besides that, guys, I guess I want to say that's it then. All right. Well, let's send them off. All right. Thank you for tuning in today. If you haven't, please follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Please follow us, subscribe to us, and give us a like. If you got any questions, submit the questions on YouTube. But other than that, everybody, thank you for tuning in. From part of Fredo's Football Talk. I'm your host, Fredo. That's the boy DC. That's the boy Jerron. Behind the scenes, you got that boy Steven. Other than that, gentlemen, y'all want to say goodbye to the audience?
Everybody have a good day.
Be easy out there now.
Yeah.
All right. See you on the next one.
Peace.